morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime.
Welcome to the breakfast. I'm going to tell you, you ever had one of those days you just can't get the hell out of your own way?
Yeah.
You know, I got to leave my shoes in the garage.
Yes.
Don't ask me why, but I got to do that.
Because shoes carry diseases.
Yeah. So does the rest of your body.
100%,
but anyway,
yes.
So to put my shoes on and carry everything I got to carry with me, it don't work out too well. So I tripped. The coffee went all over the place. My stuff fell. I had to go change my shirt. I forgot my mask. I had to go back in to get that. And here it sits. It is a wonderful new...
I can't tell you that's the best place for your mask. Sanitarily wise, we should spray it, and nor would that be the best place. It should be in a baggie in your car.
I'm going to switch it.
Get a new mask. I've got new masks on the way. Just saying, from Giovanna's closet. They are spectacular. Oh my gosh, I've got a new mask coming for my parents, new mask coming for all of us. I've got a new one for Teddy. I got a new one for Slick.
What does mine say?
New one for you. I don't know. I told her to surprise me.
Mine's got to say something funky.
I told her to surprise me. So all the money that we purchased the masks for are being donated back so she can give back more masks to those people on the front line. So Giovanna's closet, as soon as we get them in, I will show you what ours look like. I'm excited. My dad's excited. He's got a Mickey Mouse mask coming.
Does he?
Mm-hmm. Two, actually.
I want to see what she will send for us. This is a young lady from New York?
Yep, 100%.
A lot of good things happened yesterday. We spoke to a friend down in Miami, the attorney.
Yes, Kristen Corpian. She's going to be joining us tomorrow. Going to be putting some pieces together for her to share what she's doing, because nobody knows what's going on right now, right?
Nobody.
Now it's just a one-on-one conversation, and we cannot rely on Big Brother to take us out of the situation quite yet, as much as they are trying, and it will come to pass. In the meantime, it's about building relationships and having the relationships with your landlord, with the companies, with your credit card companies, what you need to do for you. Have the one-on-one conversations. And you know what? Our landlord has been spectacular. He has really been incredible. And I'm sure the radio station will be as well, because we have long-standing relationships with these people.
It's true. And you know something, I got to say, I want to thank everybody that watched the show yesterday. The midday show did bigger numbers than I've seen in a very long time. Our Roku is up. Everybody's up and watching. And the message is really clear. You know, inner self is where this is going to lead us to heal. And we're going to have to take advantage and rely on ourselves and our inner core, and just reach out and touch someone that needs the help, because you can't rely on anybody or anything or any institution to take care of the problem, because if you do that, you're going to be in the soup. You saw where oil was negative. The sellers were paying buyers to buy the stock yesterday.
So gas will now be free.
No, it won't be free, but it should be free. But 1/3 of the country in Texas, the company I saw it today, are hurting because we have too much surplus.
Can you imagine?
I mean, can you imagine? We have too much, and the whole world now has too much. And then what Russia did with Saudi Arabia is just making it too much. So you know what? The bottom line is, everybody just chill. Don't drive unless you have to. You know, I don't understand this. The governor of California said it best. If you're looking for the stadiums to open up and everybody, 70,000 people, high-fiving a base hit or a home run or touchdown, that isn't it anymore. It's not that way right now, no more. And it's not going to be that way for a while. So let's get hip to the idea that we can do something different, effective, and still continue on your merry way.
I have to tell you, and you're all going to yell at me, I'm kind of looking forward to different. I'm kind of looking forward.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I am looking forward to creating something new and creating something different, because that is what we do best. That is what I think people do best, when you can rely on yourselves and your friends and your core. The people that surround you, that are there to lift you up in your community, you can create greatness from within. And I'm a little bit excited I hate to say it because I know the pulse of the world is not excited, that we have this opportunity to create anything that you desire to create. It
True
is
that. But people don't hear that.
It is now a blank canvas that you can create what you want to create. Of course, you need to cover all your basic needs: shelter, food, health, gas if you need transportation. But outside of those four things, once those minimums are paid, then you have the opportunity to create whatever you desire.
But that's the problem, is that people don't understand creativity lies within you. There is no such thing as a bad idea, just no idea, and that's the worst. Any idea can mushroom into something creative, effective. Don't be afraid to dream. I think that the old way was always relying on something or someone else to take care of what needs to be taken care of. Do you notice? You got the virus, where's the cure? You got the virus, where's the test? You got the virus, I gotta stay what? I gotta stay home. Are you serious? You mean I actually can't move? But they're doing it for your own good. Now, you wanna go out, like these people are protesting? Okay, go out and go to work. Oh, I'm sorry, the business is not open. Why? Because there are no customers, because 98% of the population believes
But this is an
staying home.
opportunity to create what you want.
But they have to get the message.
Well, then we share the message, right? I almost feel like I want to get a blank canvas and put it here behind me and create a canvas like I used to do when I was teaching, right? You take this whiteboard. Back in the day, though, I had chalkboards. That's how old I am. And you put up the ideas.
Chalkboard is old? They still use chalkboards.
They don't even use chalkboards anymore.
Yes, they
No,
do.
now
Yes,
everyone uses
they do.
whiteboards
Stop
and markers.
it.
But I'm feeling like there needs to be a big white creative board up there and say, all right, throw your ideas up. Maybe that's what we do with our crew tomorrow on this call. And we put up a big board and you say, you know what? It's that Venn diagram. It's you putting up the ideas and you're seeing where it goes, what can connect to what dots to go where, to who you can connect with, who's part of your network, who's not. Who do you need in your network of people to get you to that next step? And you know what? That is where we come in, because our network is so tremendous and so filled with amazing people within our community, outside of our community, worldwide now, right? We've reached into Latin America, out in California, not just here in Boca Raton. Let us know, and we can connect you with these people, because now so many things are done virtually. We have that platform also that we can connect people to say, you know what? This is what I'm looking for. I need a public speaker. Oh, but wait, we've got Pamela Chanel out in California. She'd love to help you. Or we've got Ann right here in Boca. Or we've got, Faith Washington, who's an expert on everything you didn't know or need to know. Faith knows. I mean, she's spectacular. Faith knows. But that's our network. So that's why one of the strengths that we have. So utilize our network. Let us know how we can help you.
Well, the bottom line here is we have a big meeting with the producers tomorrow, because it's funny, because for the last, 3 or 4 years, we've asked them to take on different projects, different mental toughness about them putting their creativity forward. Never did I see it actually now it's required. It's no longer asked. And we're asking them, we're pushing them, we're asking them to bring stuff forward. I saw Teddy put together the lineup of the 3 new shows.
He did that.
Oh, B did that, okay. And Teddy was on there, and B's on there, and Slick is on there. But I need more. I'm going to require more. And when you do your show, I need you to put commercials in your show. We talked about this months ago. And now the bell rings.
So who the bell tolls.
Well,
yes.
you got to answer the bell. But this is stuff coming from within.
Yes.
This isn't me telling you, here, take this, here, suck on that. No, this is about your idea coming forward.
But isn't that a good thing now that
It's the
people have
best
to
thing.
take accountability, right? There should be no more pointing fingers and blaming, because that does not serve us. Looking back and blaming where we came from, how this all started at this point in time, really does no service or does any good. We need to pull within, go deep, and say, you know what, this is what I need to do, but goodness, I really need some help, because I can't do this alone. And you reach out to people and say, how can you help me? Or how about you reach out to someone and say, how can I help you? How may I be of service to you today? Whatever it is, a phone call, hello, a network, a lead. What are you looking for?
You know why God put erasers on a pencil?
Are you looking for the giant
Yeah.
eraser?
You know why God put erasers on a pencil?
Why?
Because you can erase all the stuff from
kitchen.
yesterday and start new. And let's stop worrying about where it came from. All of a sudden, Channel 12, which is what I watch, They have the history of the last 30 days. Really? And I need to know why? Why? I need to know this whole thing again. I'm thinking about the next 30 days, and they're talking about the past 30 days.
100%.
But you know what I learned yesterday?
But
I took my finger home.
I hope you took the other 9 with you, too.
No, I took this one. And I pushed the little button, and I went to another channel. And lo and behold, it works. I can turn the news off. I can stop letting other people influence my head, because I can't think about tomorrow if all they're putting in my head is what happened yesterday.
I watched the goofiest show last night. I am telling you, I personally love this show. It is not an award-winning show by any stretch of the imagination.
What's the name?
But if you want to turn off your brain and just laugh and live in the moment of Miami, you turn on, it's called Baker and the Beauty. The Baker and the Beauty.
I saw that.
Right? It is
I
set
didn't
in
see it, but I heard
Miami.
about it.
A Cuban-American family, Baker family, and he meets on the first episode this amazing movie, well-renowned star. And they become friends and whatever they do and how business is. But the mom is spectacular. You would love it because it's English, it's Spanish, it's kind of like Freddie-ish. She's got these beautiful nails. She owns a bakery with her husband and the trials and tribulations of raising a family. It's a romantic comedy movie, but it's not. It's a show that's on every week. And I have to tell you, it's the only thing that my brain turns off on. Because I sit there and I can just watch like dumbfounded. You know what? It's just brainless. It's entertainment is what it is for me. For me.
I also want to really quick do a shout out. Can I do a shout out?
Uh-huh.
I don't know the person. I don't know the person at all, but I saw, her name is Tara Jackson. And I saw her on Facebook because she's having a tough time. She works in where babies are born.
The hospital?
Yes, and she has to get up every morning, and she is having a real tough time with this because she's got to go to work. You know, there's an old saying, you go to work or work go to you. Well, this is a case that she got to go to work, and she can't take off because babies are still being born.
Sure.
And there's the big fear of the unknown.
Well, you've got a grandbaby coming soon. I'm sure that's a whole nother.
It is. It is for me, but as you saw yesterday, it isn't for my son. He seems to think he has this under control.
However, the new rules and regulations is when what he's said yesterday is that when Val has the baby, if he goes when this baby is born more than the hour of seeing the baby when he is born and goes home, he cannot go back.
If you leave the hospital,
you can't go back.
Which
Which means if you're in the hospital for she was in the hospital for a very long time last night.
And that's 4 days. And
if
that's
he
the problem.
goes, he's there for 4 days, which is great and wonderful. However, they have a little boy now.
Yes.
And you and Linda can't watch him because of the exposure that other people have had at work.
Well, time out. That is going to be a conversation for today. I'm not going to air that on the air.
But I'm
yes.
just saying in general, grandparents or people outside who's going to watch this child.
Well, he's not going to have much choice. So we're gonna chit-chat about that. But anyway, Tara Jackson, listen, I'm going to look at the camera and say, you keep up the good fight, because I know that what you're going through is a scary, scary situation. We are here for you. You want to call? Not a problem. You just keep doing what you're doing. I understand how difficult this is for you in this time, how difficult it is not to go into a fire, but to go back every day into the fire. Same thing with Chuck, same thing with Linda. You guys are going into the teeth of the dragon. I get it. I understand it. So if you know a first responder, I wish I had a fire truck because I would ring the bells at every hospital. You know, I had a dream.
Did you?
That we went on a fire truck, all masked and everything else, and all we did was applaud every doctor, first responder that was there, including the fire truck firemen. And I wish we can show our gratitude, and in this moment, it's really difficult to do that, but know that in our hearts, we do hear, we do care, and we will stand alone together.
100%.
100%.
All right, let's go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have Ralph Robbins joining us talking about Medicaid and insurance, long-term care, some interesting things. And then later in the show, we've got Pamela, Chanel, David joining us. So stay tuned. We'll see you in a few.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams, and oil drops to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
Does your business Moby Pop? a new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You're going to hear them. Bad news for the home team. I don't think you're going to hear them.
You ready to come back?
Yeah.
Say go back.
Yeah. Oh, we're back. And we're back. But you don't tell me we're on the air.
And we're back. Welcome back to our Tuesday morning show. We're having a little bit of speaker issues, so we're going to see what happens with that.
I don't think this is going to work.
I think we've got, we're going to give this a try. If not, we're going to keep going. We've got Ralph joining us. Ralph Robbins joining us. I see if we can hear him and see him. He's not on yet. All right, so we're going to keep going and talking and seeing what happens with that. It's just the technical side of what it is. I don't know why. It was working 30 seconds ago.
It's funny. I saw on CBS News today, the internet in New York was all messed up. So they're waiting for the lady to come on the air, and she's in the middle. The other two guys can hear them. She can't hear them. And she's sitting there going, hello, hello. And she's on the air, and that's a live broadcast. There's nothing you can do.
So we'll have to figure that out also. But I'm excited about the network. I'm excited that we're giving people the opportunity to bring what they do forward, to be able to put commercials on their own show, to share what they're doing. There's a lot of summits that are being held now online that you can log in and get the information and watch the speakers. My concern is this, though, on these summit things. You know, people would get together and have these great seminars and summits in 3 days. I don't know if it's going to go back to being like that. I don't know what that's going to do for the hospitality industry. In the networking,
the hospitality industry,
and the face-to-face networking, convention centers, hotels.
I don't see that happening.
Going back to these summits, also the interacting, because I know when we do the women's empowerment, when we went over to that, not only do you get to hear the speakers, but it's the networking. It's meeting the people face-to-face. It's meeting other people like yourself that go to these events, and you make these connections and within your community. So you can find the speakers and do all these summits online, which is great to get that speaker information, but you're missing that connection, those people that you meet by happenstance, by coincidence. Happenstance and coincidence that you're not going to be able to. So, you know, that's a whole nother level of this.
You know, it's funny because we've been doing this almost 5 years, and you would think that you don't have anything left to say, right?
I always have something to say.
But there's always something to say.
Yes.
And anybody in business, if you sell a banana, Do you know there is a million ways of selling a banana?
You can tape one to the wall and call it art.
That's right. You can
You
eat
give
it
one
while
to a
it's on the
monkey and
wall.
eat it, right?
You can make a banana out of peas. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can do to better a product. So when you go to a seminar, if you walk away from a seminar learning something, learning that you can talk to people, sometimes just talking to people, learning how to public speak is something that you can learn.
People are doing that also. They're doing public speaking seminars. We've got some people joining us next week that actually teach public speaking seminars.
It's a good seminar.
How to get comfortable in front of your camera, how to set your set, how to do things from home. This is not a substitute, though, for going to work and networking and doing what you do. This is a temporary situation.
Well, it may be temporary or it may be the new norm. It really doesn't matter because public speaking when you own a business is a key ingredient
True.
to any and all businesses. It doesn't matter what you do for a business. If you run a business, you should be able to public speak. And I mean public speak on a dime. I remember somebody that shall remain nameless. I asked her to come work with me and she said no for 4 years because she had nothing to say. And here it is 5 years later and she's still talking. The bottom line here...
Always talking.
The bottom line here is that if you know your business better than anybody else, then that's who we need to hear from.
But you know what? This I can do, drop of a dime, not a problem. Public speaking, getting up and actually talking to people.
Same difference.
It's not.
Same difference.
Because then it's just you talking. This is
Same difference.
This is us having a conversation. This is bringing in our guests and having a conversation. It's different.
You could put me in front of 75,000 people. What are you looking over there?
Check and see if I turn the air on.
75,000 people in the
flash.
stadium. 75,000 people in the stadium, and I'll go up there and I will do my thing. You know why?
Why?
Because I know me, and I want to get to know you. So what's the problem? Who knows your product better than you? Who knows yourself better than you?
It's true.
So what are you worried about? That somebody's going to judge you? Somebody's going to laugh at you? I hope they do laugh at me. Because they laugh at me all the time.
No more judgment, but this is what's changing. But I'm excited. This week we're getting our Gubba rum. We're going to get our case of rum.
Our friends at Gubba Rum.
Yes.
Our friends at Gubba Rum.
I don't mean our case. I mean we're going to get
Gubba.
a case of rubba,
Yes,
bubba,
bubba.
rubba, gubba, gum, rum. Now you got me confused. Gubba rum, yes. And we're going to start sharing that with you, doing some tasting on the side as a new sponsor of the Brooklyn Cafe Show, Gubba Rum, Vanilla, and Coconut. I think Friday, maybe we should do like a rum whole segment on taste testing. Different drinks you can make with Gubba Rum
The official rum
of the Brooklyn
of the
Cafe
Brooklyn
Show.
Cafe Show. And if you buy a case, you can split up the flavors. You get 3 and 3.
And a promotional bottle on top.
And you get a promotional bottle on top of that. And there is a number of cases we have in Fort Lauderdale, so we do have them on hand. So if you want to, we should do Cheer Friday.
Cheer?
Cheer, C-H-E-E-R, Cheer Friday.
Should I bring in my pom-poms?
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Cheer.
No, I'm thinking more about everybody knows your name.
Cheers. I know what you're saying. I think our guest is having a hard time logging on. I don't know. Maybe there's some internet technical problems right now.
There could be because I hear them working outside.
All right. Our
Somebody is working.
executive producer tells us he's in and out. All right. Just let me know when he gets back in.
All
I
right.
like this system. I actually have her talking in my ear, which is really pretty cool.
Well, you're not supposed to tell the world that, but okay.
Why? Isn't that how we run? Isn't that how everyone runs a studio is
Yeah.
with someone talking in their ear?
Yeah.
No different than any other network or news station,
Yeah,
right?
but you not tell the world that I'm talking to somebody in my ear. You just sort of, okay.
I got voices in my ear.
The guy on the news also said, "You want me to go to Tony?" Okay, he's on the air. He's on the air. I'm dying.
I think what show was I watching, or there was a movie just like that. No, it's a show I'm watching with my daughter, which is really funny. I have to think what I'm watching, and it's a news show, and the mother becomes the intern of her daughter's show at this news station, and it's hilarious. And they're always talking in the newscaster's ear, and he goes on. He just says exactly what they're saying in his ear, and he says, "Oh wait," and the whole tone and the inflection and everything is kind of funny.
You know, that the most important part of every business, just to talk to people out there, is delivery. You know, you could be knowledgeable. You ever seen a person, like when you went to college and a professor knows everything about an amoeba, and he explains everything about an amoeba, and 5 minutes later, you're because there's no delivery, there's no energy, there's no excitement.
There's no, and we're gonna see if we
There's
can
no
actually.
Gubba Rum.
There's no Gubba Rum. See if we can bring Ralph Robbins in. See if we can hear him. So let's give it a try. Hey, Ralph, how you doing?
And good morning, Dawn. Can you hear me okay?
Nope, you're not going to hear him.
We don't hear him.
We're
All
not
right,
gonna
Ralph,
hear him.
we're going to go to commercial break, reset our system. Stay right there. Teddy, let's take another break. We're going to reboot, and we will be back in just a moment.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
And what is the speaker connected? Box, where is it connected?
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I'm going to ring my bell so Dawn sits down. Okay, we got it all straightened out, baby.
All straightened out. We are good to go. All right. Sorry for that little technical glitch, but we're good to go. That's what happens when you're overworking our system. But hey, we got it, which is really fantastic.
Just a little loose wire. We're good
All right.
to go.
Let's see if we can bring Ralph back over.
And there he be.
Hey, Ralph, how you doing?
And he's frozen.
Is Ralph frozen?
Ralph is frozen.
All right. We're going to keep trying. If not, Ralph, we're going to keep going. We've got another guest joining us in a few minutes. So, but we're rebooted, so we're good to go.
We're excellent to go. Okay, so the bottom line is, as you can see, the new norm will have challenges along the way, but that's okay. Because the only way to learn to improve the system is to use the system. Now, a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to explain, we are not open to the public. We are not. N-O-T, we are not open to the public. There is some technical stuff that Dawn and I are going over because the caseload is going to increase. There are cameras in here that we have to have. What is the word?
Ethernet?
No, it has to be computed.
Calibrated?
Calibrated.
100%.
We have that. We got some programs. We have a back-to-back system, And anybody that is in the business has to understand that you have to hand off shows. You can't do them all by yourself. It doesn't work that way. So we have to teach people how to do that.
And Ralph is back on.
Where's Ralph? Ralph, are you there?
There he is. How you doing, Ralph?
Ralph, can you hear us? Ralph, how you doing? Say hello, Ralph.
Hi, Ralph. This is Ralph Robbins, everyone. We're going to get him on.
Teddy, just check his volume, make sure he's even on, and run a test to see what kind of Ethernet he's doing, because obviously Ralph is doing Wi-Fi, and the system is built to do it one way. If you change the way the system does it, then I can't guarantee you're going to be on there. I'm sorry. Now, this is not Zoom. We do not use Zoom because of risk deals, and we have a lot of shows and everything else, and the amount of frequency that you need for an FM pitch is much higher than what any Zoom can afford. So it isn't that we don't want to. We have a different system we're going to be using tomorrow.
You know what I want to talk about while we're waiting to get Ralph back on? These hope hearts we have.
Why?
Why? Because we haven't been able to give them out. So Friday, when I was here, you were at home and our guests were online. I picked a heart for everybody.
I remember.
At the end of the show, right?
I was on the show, yeah.
You were on the show. So I picked a heart for people who weren't watching. I'm just going to do a quick recap. Because everyone usually picks their own heart. We say the heart chooses you, which was really amazing. So first we picked You Are Free. And this went to Ken for Kenny Love. He says that he feels free. And everyone understood. Dream, it's okay. Got that. That was Ann's. Dr. Dan got peace. And at the end of the show, we're talking about love and hope and everything we pick, right? 2 minutes before the end of the show, I picked one for you. And the last show was like mic drop, wand drop. It said, love thyself. And there was no better fitting way to end our week on Friday by picking this heart from the Hope Heart, the heart painter. That is yours. Love thyself. And that just sits here with me every day. And I think, the universe. No, you can have it. That was for you. The universe truly does give you what you need. And these hearts, and I was talking to my daughter the other day, for Aaron's bar mitzvah, I gave out stones. And each stone or rock had another saying on it. And she says, Mom, why would you do that? So now Aaron is 25, right? So that was 12 years ago. And I thought about our hearts, and I said, clearly, I have not changed. Because if I was doing this 12 years ago in my mind and just painting words, it said hope, peace, faith on these rocks. This was the favorite we gave out. And now we've upgraded for sure with the heart painter and Evelyn Balin and these hope hearts to this. And I'm like, wow, if you really, it made me think of what we say, if you really dig deep in who you are, you have always been who you are. Sometimes it gets a little muddied, a little murky, and a little fuzzy when you're out of focus, but the true essence of you, right. That is the true essence of me. I was doing this then and doing it now.
Well, I have to applaud you because the stone is a biblical sense. This was done mucho moons ago,
really?
Where messages were written on stone, yes. And it happens to be the building blocks. Stone is the building blocks of life. So when you put a message on a stone, it's in granite. It's strong.
I did. They were black granite stones. I actually think I still have some in the house.
It's amazing that you came up with that whole deal because I wanted to do the hope hearts in stone, but I knew that it was going to be difficult to give people stones. But the bottom line here is we talked about a champion isn't a winner. It is a consistent winner. So that you've done this 12, 15, 20 years ago, and you're still putting it forward the same way, that is the term of consistency. That is what, not only that we find out what we are thyself, but that we are consistently reminded of who we are.
It's true. And that's the one thing, I don't know if you have Time Hop on your phone.
I do.
But I have Time Hop, and when you look through these messages, sometimes things come up from 8 years ago, and I laugh that I've always been this way. I've always been hope, light, sparkle, always trying to send positive messages. 8, 9 years ago, and you think how long ago that was, far before I knew you. Mm-hmm. I may have known you, but we weren't working together, way before this. But this gives us the platform to share even greater.
And it's funny because I do have Time Hop, and I took it off. I don't look at it anymore. I don't look at messages anymore from the past. You know why? Because the new me, the new norm now, is looking to write new messages for the future. I want to, and I scrounge the earth. And Linda will tell you, I am on my phone looking for messages. I am looking for some of the cutest things that people are doing, saying. Sometimes I'll put two sayings together because I need to build on tomorrow. I need to encourage people, and yes, you can. And yesterday I said what it was taken inappropriately. Even this morning, people were commenting. Right? That wasn't what I meant.
Yeah, well, we won't reiterate that one.
Well, it wasn't what I meant. But you know what? You got to get going.
Yes.
You got to get going. You got to get going, because the bottom line here is that you are going to be successful as far as you take yourself.
True.
And we will help you along the way. We will do whatever got to be done to get it there. But I'm not happy with what's going on around us right now, but we talked about this the last 4 years. I mean, think about it. When people ask you, what does the Brooklyn Cafe do? What do you say?
Me? I say we're a platform for sharing your truth, sharing your voice, and giving hope.
And you know what I say?
Something totally different.
I says, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Why don't you tell me?
Well, you know what? I'm going to let Pamela Chanel David tell us, because she's going to join us all the way from California. This woman does not sleep. Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning. How are you?
We're great. How are you doing? So I instant messaged you this morning. It was 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock our time, and I didn't want to do it on your phone because I didn't want to wake you. So I'm like, all right, maybe her IM is silent, so I'm going to send you a message. And she answers me right back, which meant it was 4 o'clock in California. And I said, Don't you sleep?
You know what, Dawn and Freddie, I'm just up to such great stuff. I literally can't sleep. I got to work on
You've got a
that.
big event happening also.
I do. I'm part of a women's global virtual summit. It started yesterday. 28 women, incredible women from around the world. And my talk is tomorrow, but I have just been already so inspired by these women.
We were just talking about the summits, and they're fantastic that they're online. The information is getting out there. I'm a little sad that the networking that women or people get to do isn't going to be happening, because that's the time when you really get to exchange ideas. But I'm happy that the message is continuing to be put out there. You've got a lineup of tremendous speakers, 3 days, right? It started yesterday?
Started yesterday. It's actually 5 days. So I'm on day 3, which is tomorrow, and it goes through Friday. An absolute incredible lineup of women from all countries, all different areas, walks of life, disciplines, industries, just people out there wanting to make a difference. And it's really been incredible listening to them so far.
And I think your story is amazing. And I'm glad, Freddie, you actually gave us the perfect segue about who we were 8, 10, 15, 20 years ago and who we are now. And truly, this is who you are and have always been. And now you go into this reinvented life. But the essence of you has always been you.
Yeah. You know, I think that's so true, because the reinvented life is as much about embracing change to help find literally your more authentic self. You know, I think life just goes on, and each minute of each day, we just, we keep going and going and going, and don't take the time to stop and pause and really think about, is what we're doing really relevant? I was listening in on the conversation you guys were having just a few minutes before we started talking, and what was amazing to me, it's all about relevancy. It's all about, that's why I love your show so much, because it brings relevant topics. It brings things that people are up to, that are helping in the world, and looking at your own life. How relevant is what I'm doing to who I am authentically, and what's my true self and my true purpose.
And that's the key.
I wanna touch on a subject, because there is an old saying with gangs and everything else, where East Coast versus West Coast mentality, because the way you think in California is very different than what happens on the East Coast. And I want to bring that flavor forward.
Maybe that's why she's so open and authentic and happy. Maybe that's the difference, that Maybe you exactly just pinpointed the feel I get from her.
Well, it could be because people from the West Coast tend to be more grounded than the people from the East Coast. In the East Coast, we're always chasing the rabbit. That's where I got that saying from. But I wanted to bring up the difference in how you are approaching the situation. I heard from your governor this morning. I'm going to tell you something. That man should run for president because and I didn't like everything he said. It really bothered me because he actually told me the truth. I needed to hear the truth. And he doesn't see this going away anytime soon. And he wants people to get together and go deep inside themselves. So you guys have a governor. I don't know if you agree with his politics. I don't know anything about the man. But I feel the same way about when I speak to people from California. You have a different delivery. It seems like, you know what, tomorrow it's going to be okay. We're going to be all right because I know the path, a little bit about your path, about what you did. And the future is going to turn around and it's going to work. We just got to believe in the medicine.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I don't know if it's East Coast or West Coast or just people have different philosophies, but I know mine is one of consistent hope. It is one of consistent belief. You know, I just actually was in a dialogue, in a conversation with a group of people yesterday, and it was all about this. You know, it was all about if you're spending the time worrying, you're not leaving room for belief. You're not leaving room for hope. And that is what, again, the Reinvented Life and my entire life is all about, is sharing with people how they can overcome adversities, how they can overcome what may have become very limiting beliefs for them, so that they can understand who they are. And most importantly, the more just you are to yourself personally, the more you're able to really get involved with social justice, because social justice needs the strongest links that it absolutely can. So I know in California, I'm born and raised, very proud of that, San Franciscan. But what I would say is that there's a lot to be said for the belief in being involved with social justice. That's why this summit, Dawn, that we were talking about, this women's virtual summit is so important, because it's there to support the fund, the global fund for women. And I just think it's extraordinary.
Tell me what you're speaking about tomorrow.
I'm speaking actually on relevancy, and I'm speaking on the reinvented life. And how does one, in all of this midst of chaos and uncertainty, find that groundedness, Freddie, that you were talking about? It's exactly who I am. And how do you stay grounded in the midst of turmoil? And how do you stay grounded in the midst of chaos? And so there's 5 principles that can apply to everything in your life, in the reinvented life. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, my journey in reinventing my own life started with health and wellness, but it can be whatever someone is up to in life. And that's what I think is
earlier
important.
in the show today that I'm a little excited that people now have the chance to reinvent their life. Whereas you may not look at it that way because people are down and they don't have jobs and the economic impact. But the silver line and the other side of that coin is you now have the opportunity to reinvent you, to create and do what you've always wanted to do.
Absolutely. Not only does it excite me, it's what my whole world's about. And that is the beauty of it. You know, the reinvented word is, the root of it is invent. And the root of it, of invent, is what you just said. It's about creation. So people
and you do
have
coaching. I want people to know who you are also, that you're a coach, you're a speaker. They can reach out to you for all this information, not just here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they can go a number of ways they can get in touch with me. I'm very excited. One of the most fun ways is, you know, our business has just gone all mobile. So I'm excited about that. They can go on their phones. They can text to 55312. Then they just put that number in. They text the word reinvent. It goes right to my mobile platform. They can get to it online on a website, reinvent.mobipop, MOBIPOP.info. So there's a lot of fun ways, of course, on my website, thereinventedlife.com. There's a lot of ways people today can connect. And what you were talking about a minute ago, which is all the wonderful networking events that we all love in our local communities and all, we can find just as supportive, wonderful communities around the world. And since we are so global, that is one of the things. My business has been virtual for a long time, but for people, this is new. So I love that we can connect all over the world. I love that as I was up so early at 5 a.m., I could listen to the founder of the summit from London, and hear what's going on there. And it just opens everyone's perspective.
These speakers are globally then?
Oh, globally, from all over the world.
How do you get
Australia,
into
New
the?
Zealand, Europe, uh, Far East, the US, of course, North America. I mean, all over.
We need to
They're
share the link
extraordinary.
as well on this so people can find it and they can subscribe and they can still, you tell me you can get the archives of yesterday also.
Yes, so everyone can go on. They wanted to have access for everyone, so people can go on the link. It is on reinvent.mobipop.com. And they also can go to the reinventedlife.com and click that. And they can sign up for free to hear 4 speakers. It's wonderful. You get to choose who you want. Or if you're just hearing this now and want to get the whole library of speakers and all the recordings, they can do that as well. That's $79. And they get everything for a lifetime. So they can go back, they
So it's a
can
one-time
reflect
fee?
on it, they can use it that way. And I think that's fun too. And then part of the proceeds of that goes to that fund, that global fund for women that excites me.
Which is amazing, the Global Fund for Women. So some of these proceeds are going back to help this other fund and to give back to the community and, things that you and I have talked about and what's happening now. More domestic abuse, more child abuse, more sexual abuse that's happening. And some of these proceeds will go back to this fund that is helping these women in these situations as well. And Pamela, the biggest news is I'm really excited, not only for what you're doing now on the speaker side, is that you're going to be bringing your message forward through our AMP Media Productions platform and creating your own show.
Yes, I cannot wait for that. I am so enamored with the work you do, the audience you have, how you just connect. It just mirrors my exact philosophy is just all about being real, all about being authentic. That journey for some is a journey in and of itself, one that I know I have personal experience with is, it's okay to be authentic and it doesn't always have to be perfect. And, it makes it more relatable for people. Your network excites me like I can't even tell you. And that show's going to get started here in a few weeks. Gosh, we're almost there.
We're
I'm
almost
so
there.
excited.
And actually, your network excites us because you're a breath of fresh air and you bring a whole nother side of West Coast, global networking, global women, a whole different perspective of what we have on this side to bring forward to all of our network and our audience to connect. So we are really, really excited to get you going.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Well, show will premiere now? Just in a few weeks. So yeah, stay tuned.
First week in May,
And,
right?
and I gotta tell you, there isn't a better time to have someone come forward than this show right now. This show is going to help a lot of people. It's going to tune into a lot of people. We are going to try to hook you up with other people, maybe to interview you, talk about the coming of the show as well. And it's all about the delivery. It's about the reinvention. I'm glad you're using the MobiPop platform because that's a platform we use as well, among many others that we have. But the bottom line is there is no better term and time than your show right now. This is like a send. And it's funny because you and I talked about having a summit type of engagement because, there's an old saying, you got to go big or go home. And I said, we need something big. And poof, she shows up.
I know, right? 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is what you're talking about. There is no better time. You know, embracing change, which is really the theme of what we do at the Reinvented Life. It's not easy. You know, it's like going against gravity. You know, you people are adverse to change. Yet, literally at the snap of a finger, you know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago, the entire global platform needed to reinvent, and people are now figuring that out. And so, you know, who would have thought the gift of these very, very simple principles? Actually, we keep it very fun, very light, and just show people literally how to do it. And that's what I'm excited about your show is we'll just take each one of these steps and we'll inform the viewers and the listeners of how to actually do it, how to embrace that change.
I love that.
Step by step, right? Because sometimes, and here I sit saying, this is the time to create. But when you and I first started creating this, it wasn't like, oh yeah, we got this. Nor do we think that now. Every day is a new creation. And
I don't even know who you're going to have on.
And a new step. So, you know, at 49 years old when I started working with you, it was totally a recreation of my life. To think that I could start a career almost 50, people don't think about that, but clearly you can.
You know, I'm going to tell you a small joke. Dawn always made fun of me because I've had 2,788 jobs in my life. And I've done pretty good out of all of them.
Yeah.
I've done pretty good out of all of them. But for some reason, I get bored and I move on. Okay. And then comes along this. Now, what guy would you rather have on your team than a guy who's had all these jobs, understands the change on a dime, is not afraid, and I got to compliment you because is not afraid to try something out of the box, try something new, make it happen, make it go. And here I am, 12 years later, still doing it. So I applaud you for coming forward at this time, which is probably the hardest time, digging deep and saying, you know what? I got something to say and the whole world's about to hear it.
Yeah. It's beautiful and it's helpful to people. And that's what I really want is I want people to know that they don't need to give themselves permission to be okay in their lives, and they don't have to be afraid to pivot. And maybe this domino effect that's happened in their life so far is just getting them to this point, and now they can, you know, switch some gears. The book that I wrote, The Reinvented Life, is fun because it's all about very household topics. You know, one of my chapters is called Rubber Cement, and another chapter is called, you know, just change the lens. Sometimes it's just those little nuances that can do that reset for you.
I love it. How do you get the book?
The book is on Amazon. It's also a link on reinvent.mobiepop.info, and at the reinventedlife.com. There's direct links. People can just go and get it right off of Amazon. There's also a Kindle version, so people can just get it right on their mobile devices.
That's what I did. I got the Kindle version.
That's my read for the weekend.
And I love that. And I really loved, yesterday we had the artist on, and today we've got Chanel on, and Thursday we've got another author on. So people are now realizing that this is a platform that they can share virtually from anyone.
Oh, they're realizing that now?
You know, I think they've come to terms with knowing that if they can't be here, they can still share their message with us and our viewers and our audience.
Well, people were thinking this was going to be a 2-week. You know how they were saying stay home for 2 weeks and then this will be over? No, wrong message. That is not what's going on here. You gotta reinvent, you gotta recreate, and then you're gonna have to tweak that. It's okay to tweak things. Okay? Bill Belichick tweaks everything. In a football game, that's why he always wins. He doesn't stand still.
You can't.
Always gotta change it. Welcome aboard. I am so happy. I'm sorry that it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in California, 7 o'clock?
7.
It's 7. Beautiful. I get my day started at 4 as Dawn saw.
Do you drink coffee?
I do. I'm drinking right here.
We're going to send you a couple of bags of our Brooklyn Cafe coffee.
Oh,
okay?
I would love it.
So that you can wake up with us. How's that?
Tell us again the link. I want to put the link on today's show. So when you're done, if you can just post that link on our comments. for today's show, for the summit, as well as for your Moby Pop, so people know how they can directly click on the link and get to the summit for you for tomorrow, as well as going forward for your book and your show.
Fantastic. You guys, couldn't think of two people to wake up with that I would be more fun and just excited to be with.
That could be our
This
new
really
hashtag.
is
Wake up with
bringing
Dawn
up-
and Freddie in the morning.
Hey.
That'd be kind of scary.
Well, that's the benefit of virtual, right?
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us. More to come. Maybe you can join us later in the week and let
you.
us know how. Maybe Friday you can wrap up the week with us.
I'd love that. That'd be wonderful.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Enjoy tomorrow. Please post those links on our comments for today, and we can
Thank
share them
you.
out from your site also.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful day, honey. Good morning.
Yes, take care.
Good morning. I know.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
I feel guilty waking her up so early, but you know something? It's needed.
It's funny because strategically I'm thinking, how do I reach out to her? An email. I didn't want to wake her with a text so early in California, so I did it on Messenger. Right back. And I said, oh my gosh.
Well,
don't you
she's
sleep?"
excited.
It was 6:30 my time, our time, which meant
4:30
it
in the
was
morning.
3:30 in
3:30, yeah.
California.
Well, she's excited. Well, she knows that what she has right now, she wants to share with the world. And I'm going to give you another little hint. She can open the door for us to do more stuff in California. We do have friends in California, you know.
And you know what's exciting is we talked about our network, and we met Pamela Chanel through Gen G.
That's right.
So
Wanna
that
thank
is how
Moby
community
Pop.
works, and we grow together. So a lot more coming out with that as well. A lot of great things. Ralph, I'm sorry we had some technical difficulties. We will reschedule you. Maybe we'll do it later this week for sure. So we'll pick a time that works, maybe Thursday morning or Friday morning, and we'll bring Ralph Robbins in now that he knows our system and we've rebooted ours.
We'll figure
and
it
we
out.
keep going.
We'll figure it out.
Well, happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday. Make
got-
it Tuesday. Now, don't forget, we're going to be on at 12 o'clock today.
We're going to be on 12 o'clock, and Slick Speaks is going to be on this morning
I
at
gotta set that
10:30.
up.
So got to set that board up. I don't know if Fuego's on to at 11.
I don't know.
I don't know, but Slick Speaks is on at 10:30. You can find the promotional material. Teddy Unscripted is on Wednesdays and Fridays at 10:30. Slick Speaks that's a tongue twister.
And
Slick
B,
Speaks
what's
is-
the name of B show?
He's at 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursday, and Buzz, the Buzz with B, is on Wednesdays and Fridays at 11. So
New
a
show
lot
coming
coming
out.
up.
New show coming
We're
out.
going to be starting Pamela Chanel Show, The Reinvented Life, coming to you the first week in May. And on Thursday, we are launching our 2-Minute Warning with Benny Blade. So a lot of new shows coming forward. Let us know how we can help you network within our network. And please never feel you are alone. We are just a phone call or a text away. Have a great morning, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you in a few minutes.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.